The Faculty Award for Research and Scholarship recognizes and encourages excellence in faculty scholarship. Recipients are faculty with a meritorious record of academic research, creative activity, scholarship, and mastery of subject matter. The awardees characterize the essence of teacher-scholars who draw on their research and scholarship to inform and improve student learning through shared study, experimentation, and analysis. It is my honor to announce the 2021 recipient of the Faculty Award for Research and Scholarship, Dr. Michael Hove of the Psychological Science Department. Welcome, Michael, and congratulations. Can you tell us a little bit about where you grew up and where you did your academic training?
Yeah, sure. So I grew up in Wisconsin, and I did an undergrad degree at Washington University in St. Louis. From there, I went on to grad school at Cornell, and I did some research positions and research adventures in Germany and Japan and Canada and Boston. And then I came here. So the peripatetic academic, I guess.
Can you describe your research interests and what set you on that path?
Yeah, so I've been a musician for all my life, and I was kind of always interested in how we perceive and produce music, how sounds can affect our well-being. So I've been lucky to be able to change that personal interest into a professional scholarly pursuit as well. So I've done a bunch of different types of research related to this. So see how we synchronize with different rhythms, look at what kind of music makes people want to move along with it. So we've done things where we show that people move more with the bass, and now we're trying to figure out why that is. So I have a paper in PNAS talking about how it's important for how bass frequencies are encoded in the inner ear, but you also feel the bass more in your body. So it could be this kind of multimodal, the tactile sensation of the bass that gets people moving. I also am interested in how music can lead to trance states and insight. So people use repetitive, boring drumming, boom, 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 to help them get into an altered state of consciousness. I've done some fMRI and EEG work with that and following up these sorts of projects.
You've mentioned, again, a broad multiple different pathways to your academic training. How did that lead you to ending up at Fitchburg State?
Yeah, so I was in Boston doing research, and the opportunity arose at Fitchburg State. It seemed like a great fit. I was kind of stressed out of the high pressure Research One environment, and how stressed out and, to be honest, kind of miserable a lot of the people there were. So I think this was kind of a nice opportunity to tie together my interests in teaching and scholarship.
How does your experience as a researcher improve your performance as an instructor?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think a couple avenues. So it improves my research, both improves my teaching, I think, in the classroom, and also my mentoring of undergrad students who want to go on to grad school. So I have a lab every semester with 1 to 3 students, and I really treat them as grad students here. We don't have grad students here, obviously, in research fields. So my students here are involved in every aspect of the research, and rather than just collecting the data and that's it, which they might do at an R1, they're involved in proposing ideas, developing ideas, designing experiments, collecting data, analyzing data, and writing up data. So there's a lot more opportunity that might not be available to them at a bigger school. And I think a lot of my students have been quite successful in getting research jobs and entering top graduate programs.
It's actually pretty interesting how I met Dr. Hove. I remember speaking to another faculty within the psychological science department about, how I was interested in pursuing research in preparation for graduate school. And she let me know that Dr. Hove was a new faculty, was doing some really cool research. So I just reached out to him. We set up the meeting, had a little chat, and ended up working out. What I appreciated most is his ability to problem solve. He's really smart, really innovative. And I know he's done some really cool work with auditory perception. And I myself am, more sort of interested in memory, but I try to carry that, innovation towards problem solving. Dr. Hove and I still talk together to this day. We're still working on a project, which is awesome. I'm currently a research associate at the San Francisco VA, University of California, San Francisco, and I just applied to doctoral programs in cognitive neuroscience. So I've been talking to Dr. Hove a lot about that, and he's provided some really helpful feedback and advice, and it's helped me sort of make my decision in terms of where I'm going to be pursuing doctoral studies, which is going to be Temple in Philadelphia.
And then finally, so you've just been awarded the highest faculty recognition for research. What advice do you have for junior faculty or faculty who aspire to have a good scholarship agenda?
Pick your projects wisely, pick collaborators wisely, people you can learn from, people who help you stay motivated, stay on track. I've used social media a lot more than I used to. And just you can stay on Twitter and read about every single new study that's coming out. And it's a really important way, at least in my field, to stay on top of the new research.
Well, Michael, I think those are great words to wrap up with. So congratulations, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's really a wonderful honor. Appreciate it.